Harper Audio presents Faith by Jennifer Haigh. Performed by Therese Plummer. It's a fight you'll never win, and now you bow your head in shame for a sin no one forgives. Dropkick Murphys. This is your life. He lives for God, who lives by the rule. Saint Benedict. Here is a story my mother has never told me. It is a day she's relived 1,000 times. The 21st of June, 1951. The longest day of that or any year. A day that still hasn't ended, as some part of her still paces that dark apartment in Jamaica Plain, waiting. I imagine the curtains closed against the 5 o'clock sun, hot and bright as midday. Her baby boy peacefully asleep, her young self with nothing to do but wander from room to room, still filled with her dead mother-in-law's things. At the time, she'd thought it a grand apartment, her from Roxbury, where the children slept 3 to a bed. Even as a boy, her husband had had his own bedroom, an unimaginable luxury. His mother had been injured somehow, giving birth, and there had been no more children. This fact alone made the Breens wealthier than most, though Harry's father had only worked at Filene's stacking crates in the warehouse. The entire apartment had come from Filene's, on the employee discount. The lamps and brocade divan and what she'd learned were called Oriental rugs. Mary herself had never bought a thing at Filene's. Her own mother shopped at Sears. In the bedroom, the baby slept deeply. She parted the curtains and let the sun shine on his face. Harry, when he came home, would pull them shut, worried someone might see him dressing or undressing through their third-floor windows. Sure, it was possible. The windows faced Pond Street, also lined with 3-deckers. Though why he cared was a puzzle. He was a man, after all, and there was nothing wrong with the sight of him. The first morning of their marriage, lying in the too-soft bed in the tourist cabin in Wellfleet, she'd looked up at him in wonderment. Her first time seeing him in daylight. His bare chest and shoulders, and her already 4 months along. Nothing wrong with him at all. Her husband, tall and blue-eyed, with shiny dark hair that fell into his eyes when he ducked his head, a habit left over from a bashful adolescence, though nobody, now, would call him shy. Harry Breen could talk to anyone. Behind the counter at Old Colony Hardware, he had a way with the customers. Got them going about their clogged pipes and screen doors and cabinets they were installing. He complimented their plans, suggested small improvements, sent them out the door with twice what they'd come in for. A natural salesman. Never mind that he couldn't, himself, hit a nail with a hammer. When a fuse blew at the apartment, it was Mary who ventured into the dark basement with a flashlight. "What did you do before?" she'd asked, half astonished, when she returned to the lit apartment and found Harry and his mother sitting placidly in the kitchen, stirring sugar into teacups. "We didn't burn so many lights before," the old lady said. It was a reminder among many others that Mary's presence was unwelcome, that Mrs. Breen, at least, had not invited her into their lives, this grimy interloper with her swollen belly and her skirts and blouses from Sears. As though her condition were a mystery on the order of the virgin birth, as though Harry Breen had had nothing to do with it. She lifted Arthur from his crib and gave his bottom a pat. He wriggled, squealed, fumbled blindly for her breast. The sodden diaper would have to be changed, the baby fed. In this way, minutes would pass, and finally an hour. The stubborn sun would begin its grudging descent. Across town in Roxbury, girls would be dressing for the dances. Claire Boyle and her sister and whoever else they ran with now, setting out by 2.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?